Have you ever wondered about the untold stories of the world's most oppressed people? Today we turn our gaze to the far reaches of Xinjiang, China. Here, a rich tapestry of culture and history unfolds, woven by the hands of the Uyghurs, a Turkic ethnic group that has called this region home for centuries. A people known for their vibrant traditions, distinct language, and enduring spirit. Yet their very existence has been shadowed by an oppressive regime, their cultural identity at risk of being erased from the annals of history. In recent years, the Uyghurs have become targets of what many authorities and experts are calling an ethnocide, their lives marred by a series of unimaginable crimes and violations. This is a story that demands to be heard, a narrative that calls for global attention. So stay tuned as we delve deeper into the heart-wrenching tale of the Uyghurs of Xinjiang, China. To understand the plight of the Uyghurs, we need to go back in time, to the origins of their rich and diverse culture. The Uyghurs are a Turkic ethnic group that primarily reside in the Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region in northwest China. Their history is steeped in a tapestry of cultural richness and diversity, deeply rooted in Central Asia. The Uyghurs have a fascinating history that dates back to the 3rd century. They are believed to be descendants of the Orkhan Uyghurs who established the Uyghur Khaganate, a powerful empire that played a significant role in shaping the cultural and political landscape of Central Asia. Their ancient roots are a testament to the resilience and strength of their culture. The Uyghurs have always been known for their cultural richness. They have contributed immensely to the world in fields such as music, dance, and literature. Their cultural practices, deeply rooted in Islamic traditions, have been passed down from generation to generation, creating a vibrant and distinct identity that is unique to the Uyghurs. Historically, Xinjiang, the homeland of the Uyghurs, has been a place of peaceful coexistence. Multiple ethnic groups including the Han Chinese, Kazakhs, and Tajiks have lived side by side with the Uyghurs, each contributing to the unique cultural mosaic of the region. This diversity is a testament to the region's long history of cultural exchange and mutual respect. Moreover, Xinjiang's strategic location along the ancient Silk Road has made it a hub of cultural exchange and trade for centuries. This location has shaped the region's history, influencing its cultural, economic, and political evolution. However, this peaceful coexistence was not to last, as the Uyghurs found themselves in the middle of a political and cultural storm. The rich history and cultural diversity of the Uyghurs, which were once their strength, have now become the very reasons for their struggle. As we delve deeper into the Uyghurs' plight, it's important to remember their historical roots and the contributions they've made, which form an integral part of their identity. Imagine waking up one day to find your culture, your language, your very identity under attack. This is the harsh reality for the Uyghurs of Xinjiang, China. The Uyghurs, a Turkic-speaking ethnic minority, have long been the target of escalating repression. Their cultural heritage, a vibrant tapestry woven from centuries of history, is systematically being dismantled. Ancient mosques, a testament to their religious faith and architectural prowess, are being razed to the ground. Traditional Uyghur neighborhoods, once brimming with life, are replaced with sterile, concrete structures, erasing the unique character and charm these places once held. The assault extends beyond the physical and into the intangible. The Uyghur language, a melodious blend of Turkic sounds, is being suppressed, replaced with Mandarin in schools and public spaces. Uyghur children are increasingly growing up in a world where their mother tongue is treated as a second-class language. Perhaps the most insidious form of this cultural assault is the restriction on their religion. The Uyghurs, predominantly Muslims, are facing increasing constraints on their religious practices. Public displays of faith such as fasting during Ramadan or wearing a headscarf are discouraged and in some cases penalized. This is not just an attack on their faith, it's an attack on their freedom to express their identity. And then there's the surveillance, an omnipresent eye that follows the Uyghurs wherever they go, monitoring their every move, their every word. From facial recognition cameras on street corners to obligatory spyware on their phones, the Uyghurs live in a constant state of surveillance, their privacy a distant memory. This cultural assault is not an isolated incident. It's part of a larger, more sinister campaign against the Uyghurs, a campaign that has drawn the attention of the world, raising questions about human rights, cultural preservation, and the lengths a government will go to suppress a minority. This cultural assault was just the beginning of a far more sinister campaign against the Uyghurs. What happens when a people's very existence is threatened by those in power? This is a question that has been plaguing the Uyghurs of Xinjiang, China, as they face a human rights crisis of staggering proportions. The allegations against the Chinese government are grave and numerous, painting a chilling picture of systemic oppression. Forced labor is a key issue. The Uyghurs, a predominantly Muslim ethnic minority, are allegedly being coerced into work under conditions that violate international labor standards. This is not just about exploitation, it's about the systematic erasure of a people's culture and identity, as they are forced to abandon their traditional livelihoods and assimilate into a system that strips them of their rights and freedoms. The crisis doesn't stop at forced labor. Reports of mass detentions have been trickling out of the region, with estimates suggesting that as many as 1 million Uyghurs may be held in what the Chinese government euphemistically calls re-education camps. These facilities are allegedly being used to indoctrinate the Uyghurs with state-sanctioned beliefs and practices in an attempt to erase their ethnic and religious identity. But as horrifying as these allegations are, perhaps the most troubling aspect of this crisis is the global response, or rather, the lack thereof. While some nations, organizations, and individuals have spoken out against the alleged abuses, the international community's response has been largely muted. This silence is as deafening as it is disappointing. Why, you might ask, is the world so quiet? The reasons are complex, tangled in a web of geopolitics, trade relations, and fear of retaliation. But one thing is clear: the price of silence is the suffering of the Uyghur people. The plight of the Uyghurs is not just a human rights issue, it is a test of our collective conscience. It is a call to action. It is a reminder that the fight for human rights, for dignity and respect, is a global responsibility that transcends borders, politics, and economic interests. It's a stark reminder that the fight for human rights is far from over. The story of the Uyghurs is a chilling reminder of the lengths to which power can corrupt. We've journeyed through their rich history, witnessed the ruthless cultural assault they've endured, and shed light on the heart-wrenching human rights crisis they face. It's crucial that we spread awareness of these atrocities, for the world needs to unite in addressing this issue. In the end, it is up to us, the global citizens, to ensure that the voices of the Uyghurs are not silenced, but heard loud and clear.